In this lesson, we are going to learn about this tiny but very powerful switch which is called collapse transformation. So here we have same character. Let's open its scale property and scale it. You can see its edges are pixelating, that is they are getting distorted. But why is that? It's a vector graphic, so it should not be pixelated. And here comes the power of this tiny switch. Just turn it on and look, its quality is maintained again, no matter how big or small it is. It's continuously rasterizing. Let's reset its transform properties. Let's pre-compose this layer, call it character comp, and move all attributes. Now let's scale it again. It's again losing quality. But why? We have turned on the collapse transformation inside the composition. It's happening because we have moved all attributes to the new comp. So we have to turn on this collapse transformation here, and it will maintain quality again. Let's reset transformation again. I have already made a new composition in which I have made After Effects logo. It has been duplicated several times and all layers are 3D. We will learn more about 3D layers further in this course. We have added a camera here, and again don't panic by these. These things will be explained later in this course. Let's pick this unified camera tool and drag it on the screen. Since all are 3D layers, so we are able to move them in 3D space. Let's choose Pick tool and select all these layers. Let's pre-compose them. Now this new composition is 2D. To make it 3D, just turn on this 3D switch. And now we have X, Y and Z dimensions to transform it. Press R to open rotation properties. Let's rotate it on Y axis. What's going on? We have made it 3D, but it's behaving like 2D layer. Let's reset transform properties. To make it work, just turn on this collapse transformation switch. Now what it is doing is that as soon as we turn it on, it will completely ignore this camera. But here we can easily control its 3D transformation. We can also control this using a new camera. Let me reset its transformation. Go to Layer, New, and choose Camera. Just OK it. Now pick this unified camera tool and you can rotate it in 3D space. Let's see another feature of collapse transformation. Here we have 3 layers. On the first 2 layers, we have just made 2 layer solids of different colors. And on third layer, we have our small box illustration. In After Effects, there are several effects which use data from another layer, like mats or trapcode suits. So here I am going to use a simple effect which is set mat. So in Effects and Presets, type set mat and it will show you the effect. If this panel is not open, just go to Window and check this Effects and Presets. Let's apply this set mat effect to our topmost layer. Just drag and drop it on the layer. Now from this drop down list, select third layer which is our Illustrator file. You can see it's disturbing our illustration. So let me undo it a couple of times. Now let's pre-compose our last layer and move all attributes to new composition. Again apply the same effect on the top layer and make third layer as target. Now it's pretty fine. Now if we want to animate it, nothing will happen. So what we can do? We go inside the composition and animate it here to get required result. But it will disturb to work in the case of exact measurement. So let's undo it. To solve this problem, we just need to turn on this switch. Now we are able to see the changes here. We don't need to go inside of the new composition. Let me show you one more feature of this tiny switch. Let's delete this layer. Now put this layer on the top and make sure this collapse transformation switch is on. Click on this toggle switch. It will open blending modes. Here we have same blending modes which you have used in Photoshop. But we cannot apply any blending mode on this composition because collapse transformation switch is on. So we have to go inside of a small box composition and change mode here. Let's set it to multiply. Nothing gets changed since we have not any background here. Now go to the main composition and you will see changes here. If we turn off this eye, blending mode will not be shown. So we must turn it on in order to apply blending modes on the compositions because we cannot apply blending modes directly to compositions. I think it makes sense. Now one last thing about this switch. I have this very basic animation. In the mid of the animation, some portion of these two objects are going out of the screen. You see that? Let's pre-compose these layers. Call it animation preset. Okay, it's working pretty fine. But if we scale it down, it will cut both objects from the top. To get rid of this issue, just turn on this switch. Now After Effects is looking through the composition and objects will remain same. It's very common issue while working on big projects. So this collapse transformation switch is very powerful and can help you a lot. So always keep in mind these features while working on After Effects. In next lesson, we will learn about layers.